Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the pinnacle of all arcs. The one chapter that was so popular amongst fans that it was given its own OVA series first before the first two arcs. It was a mediocre attempt to say the least, but we all know this is the one part of JoJo people reference the most. And it shows considering how this part of the series got nearly twice as many episodes compared to Battle Tendency and Phantom Blood combined. This is JoJo's bizarre adventure, Stardust Crusaders. What exactly are we in for, you may ask? Well, yeah, that's basically it. Surprisingly enough, Stardust Crusaders has the most basic plot compared to most other arcs. It's been 50 years since Battle Tendency, and Joseph gets a call from his daughter Holly, living in Japan, that his grandson Jotaro is in jail and refuses to leave. With the help of his friend Avdol, Jotaro discovers that he has a new power known as a stand, a separate entity that spawns from anyone with a strong will and can be used for a variety of things. Mostly for battle, but then there's Diamond is Unbreakable. More on that later. Stand users basically get their powers either by birth, like Avdol and Polnareff, or it can be given to you by someone shooting a magical bow and arrow at you that we'll learn more about later. Don't try this at home, kids. In the case of Jotaro and Joseph, they were suddenly gifted their abilities because, you guessed it,
guess who's back again?
Dio is back, everybody, and was given his own stand soon after awakening. But since he took over Jonathan's body to survive, the arrow that pierced his body ended up affecting the Joestar bloodline, which then causes Joseph and Jotaro to have their own stands. However, Holly isn't strong enough to handle her own stand, and has become incredibly feverish. In order to save her, Joseph and Jotaro have to find a way to kill Dio, which would then prevent Holly's stand from manifesting and eventually killing her. Using his stand, Purple Hermit, Joseph is able to seek out clues to Dio's whereabouts with breaking a Polaroid camera that'll then create an image for Joseph to use as a clue. Don't question anime logic. With their stand abilities, they've discovered that Dio is somewhere in Egypt. So now, Joseph Joestar, Jotaro Kujo, Muhammad Avdol, Noriaki Kakyoin, and Jean-Pierre Polnareff are on their way to stop Dio Brando before Holly succumbs to her illness. Okay, I know it's not that basic, but when you have to sum it up quickly, Dio is back, Joseph's daughter is sick, and he goes on a journey to stop Dio along with his grandson and friends. That's pretty much it. But it's not about the plot when it comes to Stardust Crusaders, it's about the journey. And boy, is it one hell of a journey. A bizarre adventure, if you will. I'll just see myself out. Basically, Dio does not make their travels from Japan to Egypt easy. Like, every step these guys take starts a random encounter, like they're walking through the Kanto region. Dio has formed his own army of stand users, either by force, through intimidation, and even seduction. Seriously, Vanilla Ice just wants Dio Senpai's attention. Yeah, there's a character named Vanilla Ice, what of it? It's JoJo. But yeah, everywhere these guys go, there's a stand user ready to kill them. Jotaro goes to school, there's a stand user. They get on a plane, there's a stand user. They're rescued by a ship in the middle of the ocean, there's a stand user. They want to catch their breaths at a hotel, there's a stand user. These guys cannot catch a break because Dio is relentless. In all honesty, this arc functions like any other typical dueling anime in the likes of Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, Zatch Bell, Food Wars, etc. Our characters need to go on a journey to get what they need and save somebody, etc., but have to challenge a whole bunch of people before arriving there. If anything, a lot of JoJo fandom sites categorize their arc mainly by the duels that are fought throughout throughout the series, like Jotaro vs. Kakyoin, Polnareff vs. Avdol, Jotaro vs. that versus that. You get the idea at this point. But the gimmick that gives Stardust Crusaders its own identity are the variety of stands our heroes face throughout the series. Whatever happened to Halmon? Who cares? It's a stands world now! Jotaro Star Platinum can do anything with lightning speed. It can throw fast punches, catch a bullet that's literally aimed extremely close to the head, and can do other spoiler warning things. Joseph's Purple Hermit gives him divine information, which allows him to see anything he's looking for through photos and TVs. But he can also turn into Spider-Man. Avdol's Magician's Red can use extreme fire attacks. Kakyoin's Green Hierophant can manipulate his opponents like puppets, as well as having incredibly strong range attacks. And Polnareff's Silver Chariot is basically Shadow Clone Jutsu on speed and has a sword. And just when they get to Egypt, Speedwagon's Daddy Foundation drops off another stand user. Well now, he seems nice. Surprisingly, we have a dog named Iggy that has his own stand known as the Fool, which is basically his own f*** you tank made out of sand. But along their journey, they have to face Speed Beetle, Fighting Nemo, the Murder Boat, if Chucky has a stand, Rubber Disguise Boy that loves to do this. Why does he love to do this? If mirrors could kill. A literal gun with bullets that scream, bitch please. A parasite that needs to be killed with fire right now. I hate looking at that thing. The demonic Mach 5. Controlling people with, fog. Body Wars, the angry son from Super Mario. Freddy Krueger as a baby. The genie if it was made by Apple's terms and conditions. The deadliest game of Gmod's Prop Hunt. Water that can decapitate heads and dismember body parts. Thanks for correcting me in the last video, guys. The real Master of Disguise, a foretelling comic book that honestly trolls the user. Excalibur's long distant cousin. Magnetic Attraction, a weak ass shadow that can only kill you if you're a kid. If Shang Tsung turned to gambling.
Your soul is mine.
There's an ice dinosaur, guys. Guys, do you see that there's an ice pterodactyl? Look at it! If Shang Tsung had a gamer brother, an actual void that can kill anyone without even trying, and let's not forget You okay over there? Each fight is unlike anything you see in most other shows, as they are bizarre, puzzling, deadly, gruesome, gory, challenging, and some even involve, well, to put it simply, yeah. Like, literally, I made a tweet wondering why there was so much of in this arc, but I digress. A lot of these fights are over the top and make you wonder how our heroes can survive, which the solution either involves quick thinking, brutal fatalities, sheer dumb luck, or Jotaro proving what a badass he really is. Nonetheless, I'd say you'll all be entertained by these fights in more ways than one. Also, yet again, every stand user our heroes have to face are named after a band or a singer. But the most notable ones that caught my attention immediately were Captain and Tennille, Enya, Oingo Boingo, and of course, Vanilla Ice. The characters you meet throughout this journey are pretty creative and memorable in their own way, which only adds to the arc's aesthetics. They're all over-the-top characters with their own memorable personalities and reactions, in which we would then use them as memes. There's only so much I can say about Avdol, Kakyoin, and Polnareff in regards to their backstory and personality. I mean, what more can I say besides they are your best bros, and you will want them as your own bros and love them forever. Grandpa's bro, high school bro, French bro, Iggy thinks for himself, but he's still a bro. But I want to take this moment to talk about the main star and focus of the arc. Our JoJo this time. JoJo number 3 is Jotaro Kujo. His great-grandfather Jonathan was a gentleman, and his grandfather Joseph is quick-witted and snarky. Jotaro is a brute force, giving off a tough guy persona that actually comes off as intimidating. I mean, this audio clip from Super Butterbun sums up the 3 JoJos in a nutshell. Good boy, lovely boy, bad boy. He's a tough guy who shows no weaknesses, but shows in his own way how much he loves his family. I mean, he locked himself up in prison because he thought his stand would harm everyone around him, and he really didn't want to see that happen. This honest-to-God high school boy travels the world with his grandfather in order to save his mother, and is even brave enough to stand up to Dio Brando himself. This JoJo is truly a remarkable character, proving he's more than just a high school thug. Still not entirely sure yet how I'd rank these JoJos, but Jotaro's definitely a contender. Overall, Stardust Crusaders is exhausting, but still enjoyable to watch. I was getting anxious with this one first, as I knew this would be a tiring journey to watch, but I ended up enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. I mean, it got pretty gross with all the gore and, yeah, but I can see why this was the more popular arc. The characters are great, the fights are interesting, and it has Dio Brando at his finest in a duel that you will never forget. I just kinda wish we could have seen these dramatic poses animated somehow in the anime, but I'll let it go. I did watch this in English because I'm a huge fan of Matthew Mercer, and I know it's not the same since he says good grief and not yada yada, but
if this were the Wild West, the hero would say, it's high noon.
best English dub of all time, move aside Cowboy Bebop, we got Stardust Crusaders. I seriously had to stop and watch that clip over and over again. Mercer, you are just too beautiful, you know that? But yeah, the majority will prefer the sub for how the Japanese actors perform their roles. But if you were curious about the dub, I'd say it's really good in my opinion. Plus, I gotta give Richard Epcar major kudos for screaming, "Oh my god!" amazingly well. An adorable performance, but still not as adorable as Unsho Ishizuka. Oh my god! Like, these actors knew how over the top this show would be, and it sounded like they gave it their all beautifully. If you like to see the show yourself, you can watch it all on Crunchyroll and Anime Lab, with the DVDs being decently priced on Amazon. I had a great time watching this arc, and looking forward to watching the next one. Speaking of which,
talk about my hair and you'll see a different side of me. A side that'll make you feel pain like never before. So what was that about my hair looking like a motley toupee? Huh? What are you talking about? No one said that! I know what I heard, damn it!
good grief indeed.
すぐおいしいすごくおいしいすぐおいしいすごくおいしいすごくおいしい
But with Joker's soft skin, sharp looks, demonic entities, and fuzzy feline father figure, you'll be able to dominate the field with style and rated M material.
Wow, they all want me. So bad. This is just like real life for me, guys. Anime babes left and right. You don't understand my struggle.
Hey! That was my best suit! You... what?
Spider-Man.
Oh, good God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
I can't bring people back from the dead. It's not a pretty picture. I don't like doing it!
You will not get near my senpai! He's mine! Die, bitch!
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
How are you today, PBG? I love you.
Shut up, Javert. I want you to abuse me emotionally.
Did he ever do this?
I will save you all by crawling up your wall and spinning you a web that will not let you fall. I'm Spider-Man, I Spider-Man, I am Spider-Man.
I live! It's time to do.
Uh-oh, I farted too hard and my pants.
I have no idea why this arc gave me the biggest writer's block, but it's done. Like, maybe I felt overwhelmed with everything that was in the season, or maybe my motivations began to decline when I had to go back to work, but it took me so long to produce this video. Sorry for the wait, but I hope you guys liked it. If you do, be sure to leave a like on this video and click on the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of our awesome videos. To anyone who's seen this arc, what was your favorite moment, favorite fight scene, and or favorite character from Stardust Crusaders? Leave your answers in the comments down below. below. Thank you everyone for being so patient with me. These troubling times have really made us all feel less motivated to do anything, and I definitely felt that burn with that mindset, but I appreciate your kind words and amazing generosity. Speaking of which, I have to give a huge thank you to our Patreon supporters. YouTube really hasn't been that kind to our favorite YouTubers, but what else is new with that? So thank you for helping this channel stay alive and well. I couldn't have done it without you all. Thanks again for watching. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to Anime America.